My guest tonight plays someone so evil on TV, but is nothing but a ray of sunshine in real life. You know her as Serena from the very popular Handmaid's Tale. Please welcome the very talented Yvonne Strahovski. What up? I have a lot of energy.
It was. I feel like I should match you.
How are you? Welcome to the show. And I love that you're still eating almonds right now, as you were moments ago during the pre-interview. I'm obsessed with you already. I truly am obsessed with you already.
I'm trying to be subtle about this.
I love it. Listen, this is a safe space. You can snack, you can do you during this interview. You just finished wrapping season 4 of The Handmaid's Tale in Toronto, by the way, which is my hometown. We'll get to that in a second. But what was quarantine like?
We did a bunch of camping. So my husband and I are big campers, and because everything was closed, we ended up using this app where people advertise their private land, and you can go and camp in people's apple orchards or ranches and things like that. So it was our way of figuring out how to socialize in this crazy time. And we would invite some friends and all camp, super far apart and have our fire.
That sounds so meaningful, but also the start of every horror movie I've ever watched. So I'm kind of on, you know what I mean? We are on the private land where there's no rules or laws.
That's so true. I have to say, there was one time where we were on someone's land. I think it might have been the apple orchard. And there were these two guys that pulled up in this pickup truck. They weren't smiling. They were just kind of looking a bit intense. And I thought, wow, is this gonna be, is this our end? Is this a real life horror movie? I have had those moments. So.
Can I ask you, in those moments, do you have good instincts, or are you deer in headlights in those circumstances?
No, I feel like I have good instincts, but then I'm on overdrive and make sure that everyone's on high alert and that we have, someone posted throughout the night watching to make sure, and I get the knife in my tent ready, and it's a bit crazy. Mama bear, yeah.
Of course, no, absolutely. I'm a proud Torontonian, so how was shooting in Toronto?
It was good. It was...
There's some hesitation.
No. I mean, we love Toronto. I don't do well in the winter. I don't know how you grew up there, but for me, I come from Australia, so it's super sunny. I live in California. Winter for me was a lot.
True story, as a kid, I very often would sleep in my winter jacket. Yeah, because I'm super, these people here know it. I keep this house here in LA, minimum 80 degrees, minimum.
Really?
Oh, for sure. I need warmth. I need sauna at all times.
I can relate to sleeping in the winter jacket because I did that too in Toronto.
Okay. Good. Excellent. So Yvonne, you play Serena, of course, on Handmaid's Tale, but I want to dive into Serena's character a little bit because she's a little crazy. She's crazy, she's a little evil, she's dark. She's the dark one. Do people ever approach you in real life and think you're that mean? Of course we know you're acting, but I just feel like you're so good at it.
I was legitimately worried for a while, walking the streets of Toronto in my off time, that people would throw vegetables and fruit at me. But people have been very nice. If anything, they're a little cautious. But I have always wondered if my fellow cast members, especially in the first season, because we didn't really know each other. I really only worked with a few people, so we were a huge ensemble. And I do wonder that if we pass each other at work, they're just thinking that I'm the real Serena in real life, which I'm not.
Here, if anyone's watching, you have the proof right here. She's not like Serena. Yvonne is not like Serena. They're very different. You're very sweet. During season 2 of The Handmaid's Tale, we're pregnant. And you were a new mom in season 3, correct?
Yes.
So I'm sure you've gotten all of the under his eye, blessed be the fruit, may the Lord opened, all of that terminology. But considering the show so closely tied to motherhood and children, you being a mom in real life and being pregnant in real life, did that impact how you played the character of Serena at all?
Honestly, I was just so terrified that my evil Serena Joy vibes were going to be infused into my unborn child, that I'd say to myself, whatever I do here is not going to infiltrate what's happening down here. And because, we've seen the show, it's a lot of yelling and screaming and crying and super intense emotions. And I just remember I wasn't telling anybody for a little while, as you do, you wait a little bit. But there was a scene where Joe, who plays my husband, Commander Waterford, he had to throw me against the wall violently in this one scene. And I was like, Joe, I'm pregnant. You can't do that today. So
So that's how you told them.
yeah.
Wow. So now your kid is 2.5, right?
2.5.
Congrats. So tell me, I don't have any kids. I don't know if this is a myth or not. Tell me real talk. Are the terrible twos a real thing, or is that just a made up thing?
No, they're real. We are very lucky. He's such a good boy. He's like super social and funny, but he, like, in the mornings, he'll wake up and call out for us, and my husband goes to get him, and when I say good morning, he'll just go, no. Whoever isn't the one to get him, he's like, no thanks. He'll actually say no thanks. I was pretty mad at him the other day because he was just like everything was irritating for him. He just wasn't eating. He wasn't doing this. He wasn't doing that. And it was like time to go to the potty, and I put him on the potty, and he was like, no, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. And I was like, just go potty. And he knew I was aggravated. And so he sits down finally, he's sitting on the potty, and he looks at me and he goes, Mama, you have such beautiful eyes. Like, knew exactly how to disarm me, how to like deflate my aggravation.
Men, take notes in the room. Take notes, okay? So today is a day I'm hype about, everyone watching at home is hype about, unless you're living under a rock. Season 4 of The Handmaid's Tale premieres today. What can you tell us about season 4? And then I'm going to ask you some not so specific spoiler questions.
I love season 4. I've seen it. I've read it up there, but I've also seen it. It's really exciting. It's all like new ground that you haven't really seen before. It's characters facing situations that they've never faced before, expressing emotions that you've never really seen them express before. And at least for my character, I know there's been, I don't know if you know though, there's been a bit of a spoiler alert.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask you. Is Serena pregnant? Oh my God! I'm dead. Okay, interesting. Look at you, you're like, I did that. Yeah. But are you like confirming it right now?
No, I'm confirming it. The showrunner released the information officially. Okay. Yeah.
Good. So you're not gonna get fired for anything. You're like, I'm safe to talk about this
I
information.
bloody hope not. I'm like second guessing myself. No, I think it's official.
Oh, that is so exciting. I cannot wait to go home and watch. I hope you're enjoying season 2 of A Little Late with Lilly Singh. If you're not sick of this face yet, go ahead and click subscribe right over there. Check out more clips just like this one right over there. More importantly, have a great day. Bye!